friends, this is Nirmala Gautam. I am making this video because recently I have given the IDP Computer based IELTS test from the Hyderabad Center, and I felt that that is completely different as compared to the paper based test. Through this video I am going to share my experience and different tips how to go ahead with the test. So let's get started. Alright, so as we get started, I would like to let you know that this is the first time I am recording a video. There will be some issues with the audio and the video, please bear with me. Okay, so I would walk you through the entire process of this IDP examination computer based test. I would start with how I enrolled for it. So Hyderabad was one of the states where this IDP computer based was available, and I enrolled for it last month. While I was surfing through the website, I got to know that multiple dates were available. For example, 7 days a week slot were available, excluding the public holidays. They also have provided convenient 3 slots a day. So anybody who would like to opt for it can choose any of the feasible timings. I enrolled for the test somewhere in the mid of October, and for the speaking part they dropped me an email that they would notify me 4 days prior to the test, and I was supposed to make a call. There was a call center number provided, and that's how I got to know about my speaking slot. My speaking slot was on the 2nd of November, which was the last Friday, and I was allotted a time of 9:20 AM in the morning. And the next I would like to talk about the ambience of the test center. To be honest, I was very surprised about how I was being welcomed in the test center. The ambience was totally great and amazing. Very friendly staff. I never felt that I was going for an examination, and I was given a very warm welcome. It hardly took 15 to 20 minutes for the verification part. The reporting time was 30 minutes earlier to the slot I was being given. I reached quite early. The test started very much on time. It took around 15 minutes. For the speaking part, the trainer was very calm and friendly. She really helped me out throughout to talk well, and that's how the speaking ended. I was really happy after that. Coming back to the next day, where I went for the rest of the test, which was listening, reading and writing. I opted for the second slot, which was from 1 to 4, and the reporting time was around 12:15. Here also I went very much ahead of time. They didn't allow us to enter before 12:15. So I counted the number of candidates for that slot, and I think for every slot they take around 15 to 17 candidates. That's the capacity, I believe, just to ensure that the tests are being taken properly. Now talking about the ambience here again, it was super cool. The verification did not take more than 15 to 20 minutes. We were asked to stay in a conference hall, sort of a room, for some time. One of the trainers came and he walked us through the entire computer based exam, how to go ahead with it, and how to navigate through the screen and all. That was the basic he gave, and we were asked to move to a bigger hall where there were around 17 computers and 17 candidates. Each were given a place to take. They were proper computer sets with a headphone, and they gave us a paper, a pencil, a sharpener, eraser. So do not carry anything apart from your passport. That's it, nothing beyond that. Everything will be provided by them. And we went there. We were ready for the test, and we were given three sheets. One of the sheets had our basic details. They wanted us to confirm if the spelling of the name and date of birth, passport number, everything was right or wrong. The other 2 sheets had the login information for the reading, writing and the listening part. There were few questions posted by different people in the forum in Facebook after I posted my experience last night. So I would pick a few important questions which were repetitive and I think would require a detailed explanation. So I really hope you guys stay tuned and listen to the entire video. I would start with the listening part first. So the major difference with the paper based and the computer based was the last 10 minutes. Guys, we are not given those 10 minutes at the end. Rather, we were given a time slot of only 2 minutes at the end. So it was very clear during the start of the test only. They told us very clearly, you do not have that 10 minutes. So please do not go with the notion that you would get that 10 minutes. Please keep that in mind. Secondly, after the end of every section, after the end of the 10th question or the 20th or the 30th question, there was a time slot of 1 or 2 minutes. I do not remember very clearly. 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that, to review the answers that was given. And as I have given the paper-based exam last month with British Council, I honestly felt, guys, the level of difficulty was very, very easier. Now it depends. See, maybe I felt it that way. It couldn't be somebody else's opinion. So please do not quote me outside. That was my whole sole opinion. I felt the level of difficulties were, was very lighter as compared to the paper based, because I never felt a requirement to write anything in the paper. It was very evident that whatever question was been, read, I was able to answer it. Alright, I'll quickly move on to the notes here I've made to answer a few of your questions. Yeah, many people ask me that do we have an option where we can highlight the questions or the key important words. Yes guys, we definitely have an option to highlight the text. The moment you click, you do a right click, there are two options given. One is the highlight. I don't remember the second one. I just remember the first one where you can highlight the text. So yes, highlighting of the text is very much available. And the type of questions, so there were various type of questions. The first one was fill in the blank. So there were blanks given where you just have to type the word. I prefer to type in caps. That's what we usually do for the paper based also. There were multiple choice questions. Guys, there is a catch here. I really felt the multiple choice questions were much easier because I never used a pen in a paper. Like earlier, when we go for the paper based, we generally note down the important points, whatever is been read in the recording, and then later on we tally it. But here I never opened my paper and a pen at all. For example, there was a question like, when was the first computer invented? So there was a recording where they said, okay, could be in some date and some date and some date. You just have to listen to the recording. That's it. Example, please. This is just an example. There was a math question as well, which was pretty easy and not very tough. There were questions where options were given towards the right and you just had to drag and drop it. So mostly listening part was around this. It ended in exact 30 minutes and 2 minutes for the review time. Post that, the test will get automatically closed. You cannot open the test again. Guys, I'm going to share few tips here. One has to be real quick. You have to be real quick while reading the question and answering the question. You cannot afford to lose your concentration or focus even for a second. The moment you lose for a second, you are just messed up. Please be very focused, and I would request you guys, whoever is very, very, very good with computers, please go ahead and give the computer based test. It is going to be a very good experience for you guys. Okay, so moving ahead, we will talk about the reading part. I think the reading part is very much similar to the paper-based exam, nothing much of a difference. The question pattern remained the same. The only difference was we were given a radio button option to answer the question, and the checkbox. Yes, and I felt the paragraph heading matching path, which was the last section, was a little complicated as compared to the other sections. I think that is it about the reading part. Yes, we do have a highlighting option available in the reading section as well. Okay, so the last one is the writing part, and people have been throwing a lot of questions on this. Guys, the pattern remains the same. There are two tasks. Task 1 is the letter writing and the task 2 is the essay writing. 60 minutes is given and it's upon the individual how he or she would like to divide the time. There is no option of autocorrect because it's an examination, so we have to be very sure that you know the correct spelling of the word, you know where to use the right punctuation and when to put a full stop. And do not give any extra spacing, guys, even that is going to deduct your marks. The computer do provide an option to count the number of words, and that is at the bottom of the page. You can see that, so not to worry about the count of words, you do not have to do that manually. I think that is it about my experience. I wish you all the best, guys. Do go ahead and gain this experience with the computer based test. I'm sure you will rock. Good luck, and do let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Take care. Bye bye.